You're at home. You get up to grab your phone charger. You walk into the next room, and the mission evaporates. You're just standing there. What was it? You backtrack to where you were sitting, and suddenly it hits you. Right, the charger. It feels like a random glitch, a momentary lapse, but it's not. Researchers at the University of Notre Dame once tested this exact moment. They had participants walk through a virtual environment, carrying objects from one table to another, trying to remember specific tasks. The researchers found that when people simply passed through a doorway, just a simple digital doorway, their memory performance dropped sharply. The conclusion was unavoidable. Crossing a threshold acts as a mental reset button. It's like your brain says, new room, new scene, and quietly files away the context from the old one, along with your intention to grab that charger. Our brains, you see, don't record life like a continuous uncut video. They work more like film editors, constantly slicing our experience into manageable scenes. Every change of environment, every shift in mood, even a subtle change in focus acts as a mental cut. This process isn't a flaw, it's a crucial survival tool. Remembering everything, every single detail from one moment to the next would be an unbearable cognitive load. So your brain prioritizes. It keeps what matters now at the front of your mind. When you move into a new space, it logically updates your mental file, closing the last one to make room for new input, new priorities. In other words, forgetting why you entered the kitchen isn't a sign of a failing memory. It's a sign of a highly efficient one, a mind doing exactly what it was designed to do, stay completely present in the moment. But here's the twist. In an age of constant digital multitasking, we trigger that same powerful context switch dozens, maybe hundreds of times a day without ever leaving our chair. Every app you open, every browser tab you click, every notification that pings for your attention is a new doorway. And each time you pass through one, your brain resets, just a little. When you switch from writing an email to checking a text message, your brain performs the same deep contextual shift it does when you walk into a different room. You forget what you were about to type, not because you're simply distracted, but because you have effectively entered a new mental space. That brilliant thought you had didn't just vanish, it got filed away, archived under previous scene. The more of these digital doorways you walk through, the more scenes you cut between, the harder it becomes to stay anchored in any one of them. We've built a world of infinite rooms, all contained in a small screen, and we wonder why we can't remember what we were looking for. Think about how often we move through our days on autopilot, jumping from one task to another. Each mental doorway, every room you enter, every app you switch to, leaves a tiny fracture in your focus. Over time, those fractures add up and we feel foggy, unfocused, even detached. But the next time you forget why you walked into the kitchen, don't get frustrated. Take it as a sign that your brain has simply shifted scenes. Neuroscientists call this event segmentation. It's how our brain organizes life into episodes, like chapters in a book. But you can hack it. To counter this doorway effect, try carrying your intention through the doorway by literally saying it out loud. I'm going to get my charger. The verbal cue anchors the old context into the new one. This isn't about better memory, it's about reclaiming focus. Maybe forgetting isn't the problem. Maybe it's a mirror showing how quickly we lose sight of where we're headed. Each doorway is a chance to begin again, to choose presence over autopilot. So the next time you're standing in a room blank and searching, smile. You didn't lose your thought. You just crossed into a new chapter. And you have the power to write what comes next.
You know, it's funny how something as small as walking through a doorway can reveal so much about how our minds really work. If this video made you pause for a moment, or made you see your own habits a little differently, then take that awareness with you into the next room you enter today, because every doorway is more than a passage, it's a reset point, a chance to slow down, breathe, and refocus on what truly matters. If you'd like to explore more psychology behind the quirks of everyday life, go ahead and subscribe. There's a lot more to uncover about the way we think, remember, and behave, even in the simplest moments. Thanks for watching, and don't forget what you came in here for.